You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. It is a Thursday afternoon here on Kaplan and Crew along with Grande and the Brown Man. For those of you that are listening to us on the radio airwaves of the mightier 1090, happy to have everybody along. We're in our home base of San Diego, but north through Orange County, north into LA and beyond. Grande's hometown, the Nard, Ventura County, the Central Coast, Santa Barbara. Happy to have everybody with us tuning in the mega market on the 50,000 watt blowtorch that is 1090. To everybody that is watching on YouTube, I really appreciate that many of you have aggressively pursued a couple of tickets for the cruise that we have coming up on December 11th. Now, it's a Saturday afternoon from 3:30 in the afternoon to 5:30. That's when we'll be on the Yacht America with Next Level Sailing, Captain Fathom, Captain Troy Sears. But I did get an email from Don and Lori Benson. Shout out to the Benson family, longtime great friends up in the La Costa area. They are planning a full-blown pre-yachting tailgate party. So for people that perhaps don't make it onto the ship, you want to come in and you want to be part of the pregame tailgate, we'll probably wind up being down there about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, getting ourselves primed and ready for the Next Level Sailing cruise on December 11th. And for everybody that's going to catch up to us tonight on television, those of you that are watching right now, 7 to 8 p.m., Channel 4 San Diego, part of the Cox Your View Network. We're happy to have you guys here as well. Grande, Brown Man, guys, we were just in the middle of a conversation. Browner put Anthony Davis on his hit list. Let's show everybody why, Alex. Let's put up the side-by-side comparison to what happened last night as the Lakers fell to the Milwaukee Bucks. And this is, you don't have to be an NBA fan necessarily to understand the star power that we're looking at here. Browner, you're already giggling. Why so? Take a look at these numbers.
Because this looks like a guy who just had a good night versus a guy who's a mega star who just completely crushed another guy, and it's not the case. Alex made a very, very good point about his viewing. He's right. It's difficult to watch all 82 games. Few people actually do if you don't make a paycheck off of it. In addition to that, I wouldn't watch the Lakers playing the Thunder if it was a Wednesday night in November. I wouldn't watch that either. You're correct. But they played the Bucks last night. They played the reigning world champions, a team that thinks that they should also be the champion. And so there are measuring sticks in the NBA season. So all 82 games one is not as important as the other. You were 100% correct on that. I also agree they should lessen the season. But when you do find yourself Nets against the Warriors, you should probably perform that night because the country's watching. When it's Bucks against the Lakers, it's Giannis against AD because LeBron's not playing. AD, you should probably perform. You should probably perform. Don't get babied out there. And that's what those numbers look like. Look like somebody who got babied.
Yeah, look like Kevin Durant against the Warriors.
No, numbers were better than that, but okay.
By 4 points.
Were they better or were they not better?
Less rebounds, less assists, but whatever.
Put the numbers back up on the screen one more time. So Anthony Davis is on the list of top 75 players in the history of the NBA. And I'm going to just say this honestly. I don't think he deserves it. Look, he's had a really, really nice career, but he's still early. How many years is Anthony Davis in the NBA? 6, 7, 8, something like that, right?
How old is 10 already, dude?
Oh, okay, we'll do this research here real quick on the air. But here's my point: Anthony Davis, if he's still in New Orleans, who is he? A really good individual player. But you see now that he was plucked by LeBron and chosen by LeBron to be his number 2. And because they've already won the championship in the bubble a few years ago, Anthony Davis now has a championship ring to his credit. He's got himself a fat, contract that gives him a bunch of security that he chose to take when he could have made a lot more money because he knows how injury prone he is. So he took the bird in the hand.
Smartly,
and now,
by the way.
Right, of course, that was a really smart move. And now without LeBron James, Anthony Davis is what? What is he without LeBron? Because, see, even though Giannis, he doesn't have a LeBron, that's Giannis's team, and that is his championship.
Yep.
Anthony Davis is on LeBron's team, and that's LeBron's and AD's championship. But it's kind of more LeBron's championship than it is AD's. So what is Anthony Davis without LeBron James?
He's Karl Anthony Towns. And a lot of people who don't know who that is, but Karl Anthony Towns is a very good player who's made an All-Star team, will never actually win an NBA championship as your best player. That's who he is without LeBron James.
All right, Grande, I like what you got
Yeah.
going on here because you are our resident Laker fan. You're also
Maybe.
a Laker. Well, he's a Laker podcaster on silverscreenandroll.com.
That's true.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yet is very patient here. This is the sort of patience that I'm going to observe and I'm going to try and learn from because when the Padres season starts next year, I'm not going to get panicked about anything until after the All-Star break. I've made my commitment to you now.
Panic or excited?
Panic.
Can I get both of you to admit something? You won't get panicked or excited. Can I get both of you to vocally acknowledge that you will do neither?
You got me. Okay.
Okay. That's one, Alex.
If the Padres come out and they're 20-0, if the Padres go to the All-Star break and they're in first place by 10 games
and they're 80-0,
I will not get pumped up on the Padres and I will not get down on the Padres. I will wait till the All-Star break. Now, look.
I will gladly admit that if Browner admits that it's okay for us to say that they're doing well. Like, you can't like every day come on here and be like, oh, I thought you weren't getting excited. It's like, no, we're telling you that they're doing well right now. There's a big difference.
I agree.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
I stand by that. I am not buying whoever free agent, whatever trade, nothing.
Okay.
But I will say, good move, bad move. I will objectively be able to discuss the Padres without the hype machine behind it.
Okay. So now bring it to the Lakers. So the Lakers now, after this most recent loss last night to the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah. The Lakers are 8-8. Now, here's the thing. You know what the Bucks record is?
7-8.
Yeah, 7-8. Right. So you might be thinking to yourself, in Milwaukee, where they're the world champions, are they panicking about their team? I'm going to guess not, because of a win like this over the Lakers. Although maybe in Milwaukee, people are like, yeah, it's not really that impressive of a win because the Lakers aren't that good.
No, but the Milwaukee has beaten every top team that they've played. They beat the Bucks. They are the Bucks. They beat the Nets. They crushed the Lakers. And I think they crushed somebody else too.
Was that a crushing last night?
Huh?
Was that a crushing last night?
Well, final score doesn't say crushing.
A competitive game.
Yeah, final score doesn't say crushing. But, this guy, Chris Middleton, who came back last night, didn't he miss 8 games?
Yes.
For COVID. And then he just came out firing last night and hit the back-to-back threes all within like a really short period of time. This guy came out just ready to roll. And so, look, all I know is this. If you put the numbers up on the screen, Giannis is a monster. And Anthony Davis had a really bad night in comparison. And look, we can talk about the point totals, but really, Giannis scored many of those 47 points with AD defending, or let me rephrase that, AD playing right nearby him, because I don't know that I would call that defense.
Being the primary defender.
There you go. Well, listen, I'm the AD thing. All the hype around AD, I'm just really not that impressed. You'll have to excuse me.
Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
Last year for the Padres, I think it was a learning experience for Padres fans, for Padres commentators, for Padres media, that the baseball season is a very, very long season. Scott, you're just starting to watch basketball. Browner and myself have watched basketball our whole lives. I've watched many, many, many full seasons of NBA basketball. I have experience over here with the Lakers. I have experience with them starting off with LeBron James, 25-4, 24-3. Look at the records with LeBron James. They have come out firing in years past. It didn't mean a single thing. It didn't mean a single thing that they've come out 25-4, because the basketball season is equally as long as baseball. They just don't play every single night. They play every other night. So when I tell you that I'm not concerned and I'm not going to create like this narrative around Anthony Davis after one game, when I've had 10 seasons of Anthony Davis to examine, like, I'm just not going to do that. If you choose to be a first take type of style, commenter, then go for it.
Yeah,
but I'm not going to do that.
So you don't think what the Warriors have done to start the season, that's nothing to you? It's nor here nor there.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good start to the season. It's an unexpected start to the season so far.
Is it important or no?
Is it important? Sure. for them. I mean, I don't know. Like, are they going to be 40-4 after 44 games? I don't think so.
Is it, but it's not okay. So is it? So with LeBron out, it's not important for the other parts of the Lakers to represent themselves well.
I think what you're seeing without LeBron James is that this team is not good.
Let's pause right there. That's a very simple statement and a very accurate statement, and perhaps an important statement for the future. Because here's the thing. If LeBron James doesn't come back healthy, and you said it earlier, Browner, and I agree, and I think I said something similar earlier in the week. If I'm LeBron, I'm not coming back at 75% or 85%. Right. I'm only coming back at 100%. And the reason for that is because when LeBron comes back, unless it's something unforeseen or unrelated, he got to come back 100% healthy with the intention of, I'm playing out the remainder of the year. Now, look, should he get another old guy kind of injury, meaning like pulled muscle or whatever? Should he get rolled up like he did last year where he hurt his ankle? Those are things that you can't plan for. But I'm just here to tell you that if you have a strained abdominal muscle and you come back at 85% and you play on it, and instead of it going to 90% the next week, it goes down to 75%, you're only hurting your chances of being healthy for the long term. And ultimately, that gets back to what Alex just said. Without LeBron James, with Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and all these other guys that they went out and got in the offseason, all these experienced guys, Carmelo and Rondo and Dwight Howard, and all these experienced guys, when everybody else said they're old, they said, no, we're experienced. End all, be all. Without LeBron James, the Lakers are currently not good. And frankly, unless you guys tell me otherwise, I don't see them getting good. In other words, if LeBron James wasn't on the Lakers and this was your team, they're not good. And they're not going to be good.
Well, I would disagree with that.
Okay.
And I would disagree with that from this standpoint. The team would be running a different offense, and they would be featured in different ways. I think when LeBron is on your team, there's a large portion that is missing that you're supposed to be playing around, and so it alters your offense temporarily, and it throws guys off. I think if LeBron wasn't on this team and it was just AD and Westbrook, I think the team would play different because their style of play would be different. Because I think they're a good team. I don't think they suck. I think Anthony Davis needs to step up. That's my complaint.
I mean, they're they're a playoff team.
Yes.
Without LeBron James, they're not a champ. And the thing is, like, are they even a championship team with LeBron?
No.
Well, you just said, if you want to be a first take type of opinionist, I was watching earlier this morning Stephen A. Smith on First Take. Now, I want to start off by saying I usually don't watch First Take. I don't even usually watch sports in the early part of the morning when I'm, my kids are getting ready for school and I'm making coffee and we're talking and hanging out. My television is usually on, but it's on CNBC. Not because I'm some, market trader or anything. I just like to know what is going on in the world of finance. Not that it has served me so well, just by the way. I mean,
Come on, Mr. Crypto.
No, dude, like yesterday or this morning, I saw a company that's got a lot of local ties here called NVIDIA, NVIDIA. And it was up like, I don't know, $30, And I'm like, I've known about that stock forever, haven't done anything about it. I can remember last year in the middle of the pandemic, like maybe even at the early part of the pandemic. Remember when nobody was traveling or going anywhere, right? Nobody was flying, nobody could move. Boeing, the company that makes all the airplanes, their stock was like well under $100. Now it's like $300. I watch all this stuff. I pay attention to it. I listen to it. I never really execute on it, So I rarely watch sports in the morning. I usually watch business news. And I watched First Take this morning with Stephen A. Smith, and he said something really interesting. And maybe it was intended to be, to use a Stephen A. word, like bloviated, whatever that means. But he said LeBron James' days of winning NBA titles, they're done. He has won his last championship. And I thought to myself, now, is he just saying that to kind of poke at LeBron or to make a stir on social media? Does he mean it? And by the way, is he right? I throw it to you two guys. You think LeBron James has won his final NBA championship? 37, can't stay healthy, misses a ton of games. And the fact is, without him, his team's not really that good. They're a 500 ball club without him. That's who they are. He comes back. Now, LeBron's got to be reinserted. THT's only played 3 games since he's come back, and he's putting up numbers.
He's been good, though.
Yeah, Anthony Davis, we're all talking
I mean,
about.
something crazy about THT real quick. It's his third NBA season.
Yeah.
You know how many total games he's played as an NBA player?
I'll let me take a guess here. I'll guess like
total playoffs, everything. Total.
I'm going to guess under 75.
I would go a little under 30.
74 total games.
Wow. Dude, I nailed that. And the reason I knew it because season 1 he barely played until the playoffs.
Played 6 games.
Right. Season 2 was the bubble season.
Shortened.
Right. Last year he played, but he really played more in the back half of the season. And he's only played in 3 games so far this year. So I took my shot at 75. Wow, it's pretty good. Solid by me.
Anyways, to answer your question, Scott, I would say I don't think he's done. I would say this year right here is his last year of contention. And I don't think that's a knock on LeBron James. He's doing it at a level. Well, I don't know if he is doing it anymore, but he has done it at a level that no one has been able to do it at his age. He's supposed to be long gone and retired by now. So I don't think it's a knock to say LeBron James. I don't disagree with Stephen A. said. I would just say that when he comes back, this is his last shot. This year right here.
I would say no, and here's why. Nobody thought the Suns would be in the finals last year. No one thought the Bucks would be in the finals last year. Guys can get hurt. Like literally, the Suns only beat the Lakers because they got hurt. But when they beat them, they beat them. And then the next round, they beat the Clippers because the Clippers were hurt. And the following round, they kept getting further and further because other teams' best players were hurt. And they were relatively healthy. And the same thing for the Bucks. If Kyrie and James Harden don't get hurt, the Bucks lose to the Nets. So
I find it, isn't it interesting, Scott, how like 2 different sports, equally long seasons, but 2 different takes from me and Browner. Because during the baseball season, me and you were panicking or celebrating a win streak, or we panicked over getting swept by the Dodgers. Browner's like, it's baseball. There's ups, there's downs, there's lows, there's highs. It's the same thing for basketball. There's injuries, there's streaks. The Suns are on a 10-game win streak right now. No one's talking about it. The Nets, previously to beating the Warriors, were on fire. And then they lose 1 game to the Warriors, and everybody's like, what's wrong with the Nets? So I am taking that approach all year long with the Lakers. I will say the only time I smash the panic button is if LeBron gets hurt again. If LeBron gets hurt again, his body's officially clocked out. As a professional top flight NBA athlete, if he gets hurt again, it's in the record now, man. It's not 1 year. It's every year with the Lakers. There's been something.
He played the most minutes in NBA history. So
right,
yeah,
but that's what I said. It's not his fault. It's expected. The
wear and
anything you
tear
say about
on his
LeBron's
body.
age. Yeah, anything you say about LeBron's game, LeBron's age. Yeah, dude, he's 37 next month. Of course,
he's been playing in the NBA since he's like 18 years old. I mean, he's
right.
20. He's been in the NBA longer than the first half of his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we're
look,
seeing two crazy anomalies right now in sports: LeBron and Brady. This isn't supposed to happen. It's not.
And LeBron is proving that he's not Brady. And for all the money that LeBron spends on his body, and for all that we hear about how Tom Brady takes care of his body, whoever's taking care of Tom Brady's body is the guy I want taking care of me. I don't want LeBron's guy, because LeBron's guy's his body falling apart.
Give me LeBron.
Well, LeBron needs some special pajamas. LeBron needs some TB12 water.
Oh yeah.
I would add no. Listen, y'all see LeBron now. He got a machine out. That's
right. He does
have
working. He does have a with a machine. You're right. He's got like one of those home gym machines. Yeah.
That's right.
Is it a mirror?
It's something like it looks like it.
It looks like it. It's like a knockoff version without the mirror.
It hangs on the wall, and you're doing all these exercises. Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, hold on for 1 second, brother. Let me talk about our friends at West Coast Barbecue, westcoastbbqshop.com. This is our man Brian Bushfield. Brian and I met in 2012. He's been around the show that long. Back then, his company was called Hot Sauces and More. All of his buddies were like, dude, you're so much more than hot sauces. He's like, yeah, that's why it's called Hot Sauces and More. They're like, yeah, but now you got big green eggs, and you got gas grills, and you've got Italian pizza ovens, and you've got accessories for grilling and hot sauces and rubs and all these other things. So why don't you change the name? So he did, to West Coast Barbecue, westcoastbbqshop.com. He's at 2330 Proctor Valley Road in Chula Vista. And I just want to say to everybody, because I don't know, Alex and Browner, do you guys have plans next week for Thanksgiving? What do you guys got going on?
Nothing in particular.
Oh, Alex is going to Texas. I forgot. Browner, why don't you come join us next week? Why don't you come be up at the house, man? I'm not my house because my house is destroyed, obviously. But we're doing Thanksgiving over at Rachel's house. And my daughter Jaden says she's making the most bomb macaroni and cheese you've ever had in your life. And Rachel's girlfriend Suzanne she's like a food blogger. She's actually doing all of the cooking. Why don't you come join us?
I got a lot to transport, man. I don't know.
I know you do. I forgot about that.
I
I realized that when I invited
first
you,
thing.
it means you're like me. You got an entourage. I forgot about that.
I'm bringing the whole party.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, anyway, listen.
I have a mac and cheese hot take, by the way.
Okay, I want to hear your mac and cheese hot take.
Don't
but hold
do it.
on. Hold that thought for 1 second. But I just want to say to everybody, if you're thinking about what you want to do for Thanksgiving, or if you're thinking about that griller in your life for Christmas, go to westcoastbbqshop.com and see our man Brian Bushfield and let him take really good care of you. All right, stick around, everybody. Let's hear Alex's mac and cheese hot take next. This is Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Here at the mightier 1090 AM, we don't just bring you SoCal sports. That would be lame. We also bring you the blue and gold Fighting Irish. We're the radio flagship for Notre Dame football for all of Southern California. This is the mightier 1090 AM.
These are challenging times for our community.
The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter are here if you need help. We have hundreds of locations throughout the county where you can get help with food.
We have food.
It's okay to ask for help.
Visit one of our drive-through and walk-up locations.
We can also help you sign up for CalFresh.
If you need help or if you can help, visit SanDiegoFoodBank.org.
Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. December 8th at 7 p.m., live from the Viejas Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Great googly moogly. Oh, yeah. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon.
Up to 30% of COVID-19 patients become long haulers with persistent symptoms months after the infection.
What I've been finding with my patients is that it's taking up to 3 to 6 months for them to recover their endurance, exercise capacity, and get them back to work or to their usual activities of daily living.
What I wasn't able to do was the basic needs, like brush your teeth, take a shower because of the shortness of breath, the tightness in my chest.
The symptoms that concern me the most, the shortness of breath. So restrictive. You know, you go through and you just take for granted that, you know, you're gonna breathe. And when that gets taken away, it's a scary thought. Unfortunately, I'm 6 months out now from my diagnosis and I'm still suffering from several of the symptoms.
My experience with the patients I've sent to La Mesa Rehab has been extremely positive. The patients come back with good reports, and when I see them in the office, their exercise capacity has improved dramatically.
I'm getting there because of La Mesa Rehab.
To be homeless means that you've lost your community. East County Transitional Living Center, also known as ECTLC, is a community where we take homeless people off the streets and bring them into our community. We serve a little over 400 people, men, women, and children every day, who were formerly homeless and now are in our residential programs. We work them through the program, we get them jobs, we get them back into life. We teach them basic things, hygiene, when to get up in the morning, how to do a 40-hour week. What we do here is we give them the opportunity for on-the-job experience. In their work therapy training, they're learning how to report to a supervisor, how to become a supervisor, how to be a good employee. You don't want to enable a homeless person to remain homeless, which means go feed them. So if you're out there and you see a homeless person and you want to try to help them, give to your local charity.
Listen to the Mightier 1090 for the LA Football Show with Ryan Dyrud. Fridays at 5 p.m. The best guests and the best coverage for your LA football teams. Rams, Chargers, UCLA, USC, SDSU. We have them covered. Only on the Mightier 1090 AM.
Food insecurity is defined as not having sufficient resources to buy food either for yourself or for your family. Folks who are food insecure struggle with not having enough food to eat because maybe they lost their jobs. It is important to not just look at one person as being food insecure, but really looking at them as it could be anyone. The San Diego Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. Our job is to help procure food for San Diego County residents to make sure that no one is going to bed hungry. Accessing food from the San Diego Food Bank is very simple. A lot of our distributions right now are operating as drive-through distributions, so they are safe to attend if you are concerned with getting out of your vehicle and walking into a food pantry. The San Diego Food Bank needs your continued support. Please visit our website at sandiegofoodbank.org, and there you will see all of the different ways that you too can get involved.
There's a difference between just getting there and enjoying the journey. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, we put you in the driver's seat of the best cars around. From our stylish crossover SUVs to our classic sedans and sports cars. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, your good credit and trade-in can turn into the Mazda of your dreams. Start enjoying your drive with a new Mazda today. Visit Team Mazda of El Cajon.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
The high school football playoffs are in full force in the San Diego section. It's championship week for the Open Division. Carlsbad is taking on Cathedral Catholic. The Lancers dominated Torrey Pines 44-7 in the semis, continuing their quest for an undefeated season. Cathedral Catholic took down Mission Hills 38-10 to advance. In Division 1, the semis are going down on Friday night. 1-seeded Helix will be taking on 5-seeded El Camino, and 3-seeded Lincoln will be taking on 2-seeded Madison. In Division 2 semis, number 1 Mira Mesa is taking on number 4 La Jolla, and on the other side of that bracket, number 6 Rancho Bernardo is taking on number 2 Scripps Ranch. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Still on his feet, Jared Williams Swift is in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. He's in the 40. Is he going to go? Goes, holds it in. What a catch. Big return left sideline. Off to the races. He flips the defender into the end zone. He's got a man. Wildcat. That was pretty.
Game Time High School Football on Your View is brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon. Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the Cal State Fullerton Titans. December 8th at 7 p.m. live from the Viejas Arena.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 and Your View. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Hey, great friends, what is going down? It is a Thursday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew. We are in the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. I mentioned this earlier in the week, but my girlfriend Rachel, who, by the way, let me just send a shout out. Her son Max is turning 18 today. Happy birthday,
strip
young
club.
fella. Right. I know. I got to figure out.
Wait, can I say that?
You can say strip club. Yeah. Can you get into a strip club at 18?
Yeah.
Really? Even here in San Diego?
Yeah.
There's no alcohol at some of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
that's
Tommy
true.
Pham one.
That's true. It's true. Which is the Tommy Pham one? Is that the Pacers?
No, Pacers. They serve alcohol at Pacers. I've drank that many a time, sir.
Oh, never mind.
Well, wait. Which is the one?
It's the fully nude, or I think it's the bottomless are the ones that you can't drink at.
Which is the one that I told you guys I was recently at? That was
Cheetahs.
Is that where Cheetah? Is that that's the fully nude
Kearney?
one? Yeah, that's the one that's fully naked ladies, no alcohol.
Right. You can take them in there.
The border. What's his name?
His name is Max.
Listen here, Max. The border is open.
Maxwell, Maximus, or just Max?
I like to call him Maximilian myself. I don't think he really takes to that, but
Maximiliano.
See.
Listen here, Max. The border down south is now open for tourism again. Head
Don't
down.
do that, young
Head
fella.
down.
You'll be scarred. Sex will be different after that. Don't do that. Go to a plain American white
Head
strip
down,
club.
Hey,
Head
look,
down, bud.
I don't know, man. I don't know if mom's going to be like, hey, listen, so, hey, boyfriend, why don't you take my 18-year-old son for his first strip club experience? I don't know how that's going to go over so well, but I do want to wish the young man a happy birthday and tell him, hey, I said to him this morning, I sent him a text. I go, dude, you can vote. You can be drafted into the military. The United States of America considers you to be an adult now. Okay, so happy birthday, and you're about to gain some major freedom here as you get into your first car. So good for him, man.
Ain't
Good for
that
him.
something right there?
Yeah, how about that? So Alex,
America considers you an adult, but you can't drink alcohol.
That's right.
No, sir.
Alex, you were just about to tell us.
Yes.
Well, I think what I was saying is that I started to say, hey, on Sunday I'm going down to Chula Vista this week because I've got a pre-Thanksgiving family Thanksgiving for Rachel's parents, and I'm definitely stopping by 7 Mile Casino on Sunday afternoon on my way down because I want to play a little bit of blackjack, hang out, talk with the dealer, talk out the game. Kind of want to teach the game a little bit to her, or have her learn the game from a dealer. But on Sundays, that 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. brunch with Sammy's Restaurant and Bar inside 7 Mile Casino. Great place to watch football games. And I know I want to watch, is the Charger game, is it the Sunday night game against the Steelers?
Yes.
All right. So I can't wait to see the Steelers completely take over
roll
SoFi Stadium.
The Steelers.
I really feel like I'd also, by the way, just drop some extremely important PSA, and y'all just kind of like rolled past that. But I get
I didn't
it.
hear it. I
Understand.
didn't hear your PSA.
This isn't that kind of a show.
The one
you rolled past it.
The one about how things would be different because if you go to Mexico for your first experience versus here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I really think that's very vital information that people need to hear in our community, and we should be the people to spread that. But I understand this may not be the time. We'll see y'all later, YouTube. Put a pin in it.
Yeah. Here, I'll tell everybody this. Anybody who's listening on radio right now, anybody who's watching on television right now, and for those of you that are currently watching on YouTube or listening on audio podcast, at the end of the radio broadcast, which is at 6 p.m. tonight, okay, we actually have a separate ending for those of you that are watching on YouTube or listening on audio podcast. We'll go deeper into your mind, Browner, when we're not on radio. How about that?
Or television, you mean?
Or television, for that matter. Mostly on television. Radio, we could probably get away with it. But TV, I'd probably just watch it a little bit more. But
so we'll see y'all later.
Yeah, everybody who's watching and listening right now, make sure you're here at the end of the show. And for those of you that are watching on TV, you always go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Kaplan and Crew. Alex, you were about to give us a
my hot take may not be safe for TV either, man.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Grande.
Whoa.
I don't know. I might piss off the entire, mac and cheese community.
Okay. You said you had a very...
You finna go off the board, man.
Okay, here's what I will say for
This
me.
is one hell of a
personally.
preference.
I'm not gonna put a blanket statement on the entire mac and cheese family.
But
okay? For myself, no but, just for myself, I have never in my life gone anywhere, someone's house, restaurant, pop-up shop, anywhere, ordered mac and cheese and been like, you know what? That's bomb. I got to get that again. Never.
What?
Mac and cheese is the most overrated food with cheese. Like, It is
of all foods with
cheesy
cheese.
pasta. Of all foods with cheese, because I love cheese. All cheese, stinky cheese, plain cheese, moldy cheese. I love cheese. I am cheesy. It's just cheesy pasta. I listen. Point me in the right direction, Browner. Point me into like the grimiest place that has the best mac and cheese. It's every time. It's
Bruh,
overrated.
Listen, when I get Margaret probation worked out, she gonna come make some mac and cheese for you.
Well, hold on a second. Time out. You see, there's another thing you just said that you probably assumed we were going to gloss over. Did you
What?
just say?
Right. Whose probation?
Did you say Margaret?
Hmm?
Did you say when Margaret's probation is over, you're going to have her make?
No.
What did
I
you
said
say?
when it get
Yes,
worked out.
You said your mother? My mother's?
Or did you say Margaret?
Yeah,
Margaret.
Yeah.
Margaret's your mom's name.
Yeah.
And when she gets
Oh.
her probation worked out from that time that her ex-boyfriend slipped
Whoa,
in.
we don't need to get the details. We don't need to get details.
We didn't listen, man. Have people can go back in the archives, man. People go back in the archives again. Like
Well,
I said, when
these
she
were all
get things,
just-
when she get things straightened out, she gonna come make you some mac and cheese. And if you're not convinced,
Let me
at
ask,
that
but they
point,
were
I'll
all
let it
just
go.
allegations, Alex. Just so you know, they
Right.
were all just allegations.
Allegedly,
Apparently,
man.
right? Apparently,
Allegedly.
Browner's mom
Apparently.
had this boyfriend.
Why you got to rehash
I think it's
dude?
important, don't you, Browner? To like, I mean, we want
No.
because it's not.
No.
Browner
No.
has said gloss past.
Oh, I thought you were because so when Margaret's probation is worked out, she's going to come make some mac and cheese for Grande, and she's going to change his mind.
Shout out. And if
Okay,
you still,
now,
if you still don't like it at that point, y'all let it
Yes.
go.
Because Alex, I want to
I
tell
like
you something.
Because you only need a spoon for mac and cheese. That's
Right.
I
You
wanna
don't
tell
need
you
a lot
something.
of it.
I'm going to tell you something right now, Alex. I'm with you. Okay, I am with you. No, seriously. Hold on a second. Look, mac and cheese. It's one of these foods where, like, when you have little kids, you ever use like the Kraft mac and cheese? Comes in
Right.
the blue box. It's got the powdered crap. You know what I mean? You make it. Like, I'll eat it because, like, when my kids were little, we'd make it all the time. Kids loved it, and I found myself eating it and going, these are delicious mac and cheese, man. It's good, and it's not good. Okay, or you go to a fancy restaurant. Okay, I'll give you a great example.
Those are the worst.
Right, fancy restaurants who try and make a variation of mac and cheese, like
Right,
"Ooh,
it's like a mac
ooh,
and
ooh,
cheese.
lobster mac and cheese. Oh, it's $30 on the menu. Lobster mac and cheese. I'm like, yo, don't really like it. Don't really love the lobster and the cheese and the mac and all of it together. I'm not loving it.
He said, I want to be very clear in case I did not understand you correctly.
Yeah.
You said you've never been like, that's some good mac and cheese. Not like, oh my God, I've never had anything like this before. You're just saying it's not good.
I'm just saying, like, well, okay, how about this? When I go to like barbecue shops and they
Mhm.
offer you sides, right? You got all
Right.
these sides. You want baked beans, you want greens, you want fries, you want corn on the cob, whatever, right? Never will I order mac and cheese because my fiance always will. I take a bite and I'm like, waste of calories.
Kind of
right
with
there,
you,
dude.
man.
Like, I mean,
kind of with you.
yeah,
Don't
it's
really.
just like it's
don't love
cheesy
it.
pasta.
But I will just say this: my daughter Jaden.
Browner, sorry.
Go ahead.
real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, man.
Tell me where to go. I'll go do a food review and I'll put it on YouTube. I swear to God, I'm open to have my mind changed.
Did anybody go to that place Firebirds yesterday that you guys recommended with the fried chicken sandwiches?
Did we go yesterday? I thought
Yeah,
you
'cause
were
I-
going to go yesterday.
I didn't make it happen yesterday. I couldn't. I just things, I had to go back to the mall again because not only did I return the Kyrie Irvings to get the Zion Williamsons, but then the Zions were a size too small.
Exploded?
And no, I thought so too. And Browner, this is great. You'll love this. I'm telling my daughter says to me, how are we going to return these Zions when I've already worn them? Like, we're taking like wet paper towels and we're trying to not like get any little scratches off of them,
Right.
And so she had pulled them off of her feet. They were still tied, and she put them in the box and the paper was all crumpled up, right? And just as we're getting ready to walk into Foot Locker, I untie the shoes. I make them look like they're brand new. Like, I hide the laces in the shoes. Then I wrap the paper around the Zions, right? I walk in, I say to the guy, I go, hey, can we just exchange these? They're just a half a size too small. Guy opens the box, sees that they're prepared like as if they're brand new and they've never even been taken out of the box. He's like, yeah, sure. Goes out, gets the box, brings them out. I'm like, come on, let's go. We got to hustle. Like, before he looks underneath and sees the
He's gonna
bottoms.
inspect them.
Yeah.
Mhm. They don't care.
Yeah.
As long
No,
as it looks like
they
you
don't
ain't worn them for a month and brought them back in, they don't care. And if
Yeah.
you did wear them for a month and,
Yeah.
and the soles busted out like what happened to him, they'll just give you a new pair.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how this all.
You were gonna say your
My
daughter,
daughter
Jaden, or something
Jaden,
like
who's
that, about mac
who's
and
about to
cheese.
turn 18, for Thanksgiving this year, has already cautioned all of us that on Thanksgiving Day she is making what she calls her bomb ass mac and cheese. Okay. Now,
All
I'm
right.
not a mac and cheese fan, but she says it's bomb, so I'll give it a try.
Same
But,
but
You know which one?
Alex.
You know what mac and cheese I just had where I was like, all right, I mean, if I gotta eat it, I'll eat it. The pre-prepared one from
frozen
Costco.
ones? Oh, the frozen
No,
ones? Oh.
I don't think it's frozen, but the
Okay.
cold one at the Costco, the big
Oh.
tin next to the white people taco night one.
Oh, next to the taco night, which has got the tortillas and the chicken and the cheese.
No. He said the white people taco night.
That's right. That's right.
Don't try to pass it as the taco night. The white people.
Oh, but look at me.
Taco
Yeah.
night. Yeah, just listen. I'm gonna tune into the show today to see what the YouTube chat says.
Yeah.
because I genuinely think I'm not in the minority.
Why
I
don't
really
you
don't.
also, can you put up a sided debate? Can you put up a sided question that asks, is mac and cheese overrated? Yeah. Let's just
You
gauge.
want to talk about first? You want to talk about first take? I'll do culinary first take style
Is
all
mac
day.
and cheese the Anthony Davis of food?
Is Anthony Davis the mac and cheese of food?
Hey, post Alex, if you can, post that on sided. This way, everybody who's watching right now in our YouTube chat can get involved in that. And for everybody that's watching on TV, for those of you that don't know, maybe you're new to the show, we have an app. It's called Sided Debates, and you can download it on your phone. You can go to our website, sided.co. It's not a .com, it's a .co. And if you like to get into it and you like to just vote on things and see how, which side of the story you're on, or if you decide you want to get involved and you want to comment, lots of people are in there giving you thumbs up on your comments or thumbs down. They're replying to your comments. And as you're playing, you're scoring points and you're moving up the leaderboard. So please go check it out. It's something I've been working on for a really long time. I definitely am really stoked about 2022. I think we're about to really explode. And so check it out, sided.co, or download the app Sided Debates on Apple or on Google. So go ahead and check that out. Okay, guys, let's turn our attentions a little bit here to Thursday Night Football, which is going to kick off in just a little while from right now. I said this Monday. The first thought I had on an overreaction Monday was the New England Patriots are back. When I say they're back, what I mean by this is I honestly believe the New England Patriots are a legitimate contender in the AFC. I'm not telling you they're going to win it and go to the Super Bowl, but I'm not ruling it out either.
Wow.
No, I'm serious because look around the AFC. Do you guys think the Chiefs are far and away the best team in the AFC right now, the way you probably thought they were going into the season?
No.
Okay. Do you think that the Buffalo Bills are far and away the best team in the AFC?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm polling you guys.
Sorry.
I'm polling you. You think
Sorry, I was putting a side
You think
question.
the Tennessee Titans are clearly, without Derrick Henry now, lost for the season, are the Tennessee Titans head and shoulders better than everybody else in the AFC?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I don't see it quite that way.
Their schedule has proved it. They've beat actual teams.
Okay. And they're 8-2. They got the best record in the AFC.
Did they just beat every team you've mentioned so far?
Yeah,
too, I
yeah,
think?
pretty much.
Yeah.
But all I'm going to say is this.
And when Derrick Henry went out, they just kept rolling like the same way, but they're just doing it with multiple people.
I agree, but there's a part of me. Look, and I'm looking at their schedule right now. Tennessee lost to the Cardinals in Week 1, where they got smoked.
No shame in that.
No, it's not. They lost to the Jets.
Shame in that.
Okay, not a good situation. They beat the Bills. We all remember the game where Josh Allen slipped on the goal line going in. So, hey, but they got it done. They beat the Colts in Indianapolis only by 3 points.
Good win still.
Okay, it's still a solid win. They annihilated the Rams. And that to me was the win that told me the Titans are the best team in the AFC. I believe that. But I don't know that they're far and ahead. I don't know that they're head and shoulders better than everybody. They beat the Saints last week. The Saints are on their third string quarterback. All I'm saying is this, is that the difference between Tennessee, currently the best team in the AFC, and the second best team. Who do you guys consider the second best team in the AFC?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tussle. I'm going to say the Chiefs because of what they did last week. But that's I don't have a real answer to that question.
Tussle's a good word from Browner. That's a tussle.
That is a very good word. Yeah, I'd probably say Chiefs.
Okay. All right. So do you think that Kansas City is like close, like just a little bit behind Tennessee, or do you think the gap between Tennessee and Kansas City is monster?
I think if they played tomorrow, Tennessee would destroy them because they
Okay.
would run the ball 50 times.
Okay.
I'd say the Titans would be like a 3.5-point favorite.
Okay. Here's what I'm getting at. Tonight, the New England Patriots play against the Atlanta Falcons. This, so far, in my opinion, has been one of the most unpredictable NFL seasons that I can remember. And in particular, the last 2 weeks are incredibly difficult to try and figure out. What is going on here? Like, why is it you think this team is significantly better than this team, and yet the lesser of the two pulls off the shocking upset? I mean, a couple of weeks ago when Denver annihilates Dallas, only to have Dallas come back last week and crush, I think that New England's going to win tonight against Atlanta, but if Atlanta wins tomorrow, I'm not going to come on there and go, wow, I'm just completely shocked by that. But here's what I will say. I share this opinion. I think a lot of other people around the country who follow the NFL and cover the NFL do. I think many of us believe that the New England Patriots are back to being a legitimate contender in the AFC.
A legitimate playoff contender, yes. I think to win the Super Bowl, Mac Jones would have to do stuff that may be a little too early for him to be doing. Like, I trust that Bill Belichick can shut a good offense down to 13, 15, 16 points. Can they score 21 points to win that game? That part, I don't know.
Well, Alex just put up a really good graphic. Alex, if you put this up on the screen one more time, let's take a look at this. The Patriots are on a 4-game winning streak right now. They've scored 150 points. They've allowed 50. Mac Jones has been pretty good. Not great, but they haven't needed him to be great. But, Alex, I think the biggest point of your graphic here is the bottom left corner. So while the Patriots have won their last 4 games, their opponents are 4 games under 500. So they're playing against teams that are solid, or at least close to 500 solid, but they're not playing against teams that are, world beaters, hardly.
I would say that they have played the Jets, who are one of the worst. Like, we know they're not.
Right.
And they beat the Titans, which is
crazy.
Funny. And the Bills. The Chargers, who are on a downtrend.
Dolphins.
The Panthers, who are on a downtrend.
Well, who were.
And the
Browns.
Browns.
Pre-Cam.
Welcome back, Superman.
Well, when they played them, it was Darnold got hurt and it was a backup. And the Browns, who are on a downtrend. So to your point, Scott, or Browner, when you say, I think that Bill Belichick can shut down a good offense, it's yet to be proven because he hasn't. He gave up 35 points to the Cowboys. He gave up 28 points to the Saints.
But you know what? Just one thing, though, Alex, just one thing. Well, just one thing, though. Cleveland, 2 weeks ago, crushed, annihilated, destroyed Cincinnati.
Yes.
Then they go and they play New England, and New England completely shuts down Cleveland's offense. So I'm of the opinion, I'm excited to watch the game coming up. It's going to start here soon. I'm excited to watch the game tonight. I'm curious to see, are the New England Patriots what I said? I heard Rich Eisen say it on 1090. I've heard a lot of people in, ESPN, NFL Network analyst types all saying that they think New England is back. And mostly I think it's because most of us believe in Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I think we're going to get some answers, like I said, on Monday. We're going to get answers from the Chiefs soon because I think they'll cruise tonight, but you never know.
You say the Chiefs, though. What do you mean?
The Patriots. I think the Patriots, we will find out a lot about them. Tonight, they're expected to beat the Falcons. But then, here we go. A month in a row. Titans, Bills, Colts, Bills.
Yeah, it's good. It's a tough schedule.
But again, we're talking about the most unpredictable season I think any of us can remember. Can we really say we've learned anything if they lose tonight and then win next week?
I know, right? Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, right, they could lose tonight. Atlanta could rise up and win, believe it or not.
I think we learned something this week.
This is a big week. I mean,
Patriots are back.
Well, all right, hold that thought for 1 second. We got a lot to get to here still to come, including Jason Lawhead, who's on the road in Reno, Nevada, doing stand-up comedy. He's going to join us here in just a little bit. We'll talk a bunch of NBA, a bunch of NFL with J Law. Before we do, I want to remind all the dudes out there, fellas, I Thrive MD. You see it right over my shoulder here, okay? I Thrive MD. They're going to get to Thanksgiving, and this deal that they have offered is going to go away, and it's not coming back. And I'm not trying to say that to you to force you to hurry up and call and make an appointment. But yet on the other hand, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm telling you that right now, when you get testosterone treatments at iThrive MD, the first 3 months are at 50% savings. Normally it's $289 a month. Now you can get it for $145 a month. Guys, you're saving 50%. So why would you not come in, get your testosterone levels checked? It's free. And then if you start on testosterone, you're saving 50% for the first 3 months. So you're going to get through November, December, January, and into February for half price. You're going to have a clear mind like you used to have when you were a young guy. You're going to be virile, and you're going to perform in the bedroom like you used to when you were a young guy. You're going to feel strong. You're going to want to work out. Your metabolism is going to get going. You're probably going to drop a couple of lbs. All these things that you were able to do when you were a younger guy. But when you get a little bit older and your testosterone levels drop, you don't have the energy. Maybe you're feeling a little depressed. Maybe you've got brain fog. Maybe you can't get motivated to work out. Maybe you're not interested in the bedroom. Get your testosterone levels right. It's a life changer. ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497, and you'll meet the entire crew from iThriveMD on our yacht trip on December 11th. All right, stick around. J Law coming up. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios with Grande and the Brown Man. This is Kaplan and Crew.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Everyone knows when it comes to NFL football, Raider Nation is the #1 pro football team in SoCal. Disagree? Tough. Talk Raiders every Friday at 6 p.m. on Silver and Black Tonight, only on the mightier 1090 AM.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Watch Doing More, Sunday night at 6 on Your View, or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter-to-soldier and help save more lives.
Still on his feet, Jared Williams. Swift is in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcat. He's in the 40. Is he going to go? Goes, holds it in. What a catch. Return left sideline, off to the races. He flipped the defenders into the end zone. He's got a man. Wildcat. That was pretty.
Game Time High School Football on Your View is brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Save the Storks. Help us reach the hearts of women with compassion, education, and holistic care. Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
The high school football playoffs are in full force in the San Diego section. It's championship week for the Open Division. Carlsbad is taking on Cathedral Catholic. The Lancers dominated Torrey Pines 44-7 in the semis, continuing their quest for an undefeated season. Cathedral Catholic took down Mission Hills 38-10 to advance. In Division 1, the semis are going down on Friday night. 1-seeded Helix will be taking on 5-seeded El Camino, and 3-seeded Lincoln will be taking on 2-seeded Madison. In Division 2 semis, number 1 Mira Mesa is taking on number 4 La Jolla, and on the other side of that bracket, number 6 Rancho Bernardo is taking on number 2 Scripps Ranch. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Catch Kaplan and Crew Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. If you've listened to Scott Kaplan the last 20 years, you know one thing. He likes to stir up some A new generation of radio. The all-new and mightier 1090.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health.
Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those afflicted by chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Learn more at lamesarehab.com.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Crews for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
At La Jolla Cosmetic, we try to help people achieve well-being, and we feel that it's not only important to look good, but also feel good inside. And honestly, what a better opportunity to help my community than being a supporter of an organization such as Las Patronas.
The mission of Las Patronas is to provide financial assistance to local nonprofits that are providing valuable community services in the areas of health, education, social services, and cultural arts. La Jolla Cosmetic has been one of our biggest supporters at Las Patronas, so we couldn't do what we do without their support.
You feel the need and you see the need because we go to visit each grant applicant.
Partnering with groups that are actually dedicated to help your community, it's the best thing that you can do as a responsible business.
Shelter to Soldier is 9 years young with a mission to save lives 2 at a time. We're adopting dogs from local shelters, training them for post 9/11 combat veterans, and we're able to donate these trained dogs to deserving veterans in need.
You know, I was in a very dark place. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I really needed an immediate help. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be there for us.
Shelter to Soldier is a nonprofit, and we're able to do the work that we do because of you, the community. Whether it's an individual donating $5 or whether it's a corporate donor like the Barnes firm that's supporting us and sponsoring multiple dogs that are going to make an impact in the veterans' lives in need.
Him by my side 24/7 has completely turned my life around. It's not just saving both of our lives, it has made an impact on myself, Nigel, my family, my work. So yes, they definitely have saved our lives.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Crews for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
Attention, all dogs, cats, horses, tortoises, birds, pigs, and all other pets. Get your family members to sit, stay, and watch Animal Zone every Saturday at 9 p.m. right here on this channel and at animalzone.org.
Tune in Saturdays at 9 p.m. to watch Animal Zone right here on Your View.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.